Fair Use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. April 29th. Group autonomy. Some may think that we have carried the principle of group autonomy to extremes. For example, in its original long form, Tradition 4 declares, any 2 or 3 gathered together for sobriety may call themselves an AA group, provided that as a group they have no other affiliation. But this ultra liberty is not so risky as it looks. AA Comes of Age, page 104 to 105. As an active alcoholic, I abused every liberty that life afforded. How could AA expect me to respect the ultra liberty bestowed by Tradition 4? Learning respect has become a lifetime job. AA has made me fully accept the necessity of discipline, and that if I do not assert it from within, then I will pay for it. This applies to groups too. Tradition 4 points me in a spiritual direction in spite of my alcoholic inclinations. And on the bottom it says, this is a misquote. Bill is referring to the third tradition. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, April 29th. I grew up with guilt and blame, amidst harsh criticism and constant fear. Even now, after years of Al-Anon recovery, when past mistakes come to mind, I tend to react with guilt, exaggerating the significance of my errors and thinking very badly of myself. In Al-Anon, I'm learning to see myself more realistically. Sure, I have wrestled with alcoholism and taken a fall or two. I've made plenty of mistakes that had nothing to do with alcoholism, but I'm not evil. It's time I stopped treating myself as if I were. There was a time when the only power I felt I had was the power to mess things up. Today, because I am learning to believe in myself and my ability to make a positive contribution to my own life, I am free to look at my mistakes without blowing them out of proportion. I can learn to stop repeating those errors, and I can make amends for the harm I have done. Today's reminder: I will not chain myself to the past with self-defeating guilt or by inflating the importance of my errors. Instead, I want to face my past and heal old wounds so that I may move forward into a richer, fuller, and more joyous life today. There is a quote: you don't have to suffer continual chaos in order to grow, by John C. Lilly. Just for Today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, April 29th. What if? Living just for today relieves the burden of the past and the fear of the future. We learn to take whatever actions are necessary and to leave the results in the hands of our higher power. Basic text, page 94. In our active addiction, fear of the future and what might happen was a reality for many of us. What if we got arrested, lost our job, our spouse died, we went bankrupt, and on and on and on? It was not unusual for us to spend hours, even whole days, thinking about what might happen. We played out entire conversations and scenarios before they ever occurred, then charted our course on the basis of what if. By doing this, we set ourselves up for disappointment after disappointment. From listening in meetings, we learned that living in the present, not the world of what if, is the only way to short-circuit our self-fulfilling prophecy of doom and gloom. We can only deal with what is real today, not our fearful fantasies of the future. Coming to believe that our higher power has only the best in store for us is one way we can combat that fear. We hear in meetings that our higher power won't give us more than we can handle in one day. And we know from experience that if we ask the God of our understanding, we've come to understand, will surely care for us. We stay clean through adverse situations by practicing our faith in the care of a power greater than ourselves. Each time we do, we become less fearful of what if and more comfortable with what is. Just for today, I will look forward to the future with my faith in my higher power. Today, Emotions Anonymous, April 29th. Reflection for today. My happiness does not depend on anyone but me. It is not given to me by others, nor can I earn it from others. Whether I am happy or not is the result of my own attitude toward myself and toward shared experiences. I place a terrific burden upon others if I make them responsible for my happiness. In expecting too much from others, I alienate them and become frustrated and angry with myself and them. This can give me the feeling of loneliness while in the midst of a crowd. Meditation for today. Help me to search inward sufficiently so I can be my own best friend. Today I will remember my happiness comes from a positive appreciation of myself. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. April 29th. Tradition 4. The groups are given freedom to make mistakes. In other words, every group has the unabashed right to be wrong, and when wrong, their decision then becomes part of the growth process, both for the meeting and more especially for the meeting members. BRB, Big Red Book, page 511. The intrepid members who start a meeting may wish someone would give them a thumbs up sign whenever they make a decision. Should we open with a serenity prayer? Should we read the laundry list, or does the problem have more impact? Do we time the shares? Do we pass the basket at the end? The variables are endless. Each group is autonomous so long as their actions do not affect other groups or ACA as a whole. The group is at liberty to establish its own flavor and meeting style. Some will favor a style that is laid back. Others may want more structure. The choice is a group's to make. ACA cooperates with all other 12-step programs, but we do not dilute our message in the process. Our focus is on recovery from the effects of being raised in an alcoholic or dysfunctional family, using the 12 steps and reparenting. Whatever choices a group makes, above all, we remember who we are. We are our own program, not an extension of other 12-step programs. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will respect the group's autonomy in my effort to carry the ACA message to the adult child who still suffers. I will help keep the focus of ACA on recovery from the effects of being raised in an alcoholic or dysfunctional family. Please like, share, subscribe. DHB Recovery Network Daily Affirmations, Reflections, Devotions, and Meditations. Walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and reflection. And remember that you are not alone. One day at a time. I am Day. DAA are my initials. And remember to be what you are created to be.